Mrs. Walker, sorry I'm late. I figured since I'm a lawyer now, I should probably have a suit. So, I stopped up at the Men's Warehouse, but my credit card got declined, so I had to call my mom, but... Not to worry, I got the suit, and I'm ready to get medieval on Law's ass.
That was on Will and Grace. Why'd you take that?
It was fun. I'd never done television before, and it was one of these things where it was just a new forum, and they called me up. They wouldn't let me see the script because they don't do that, so they kind of described the part to me, and it seemed like fun. I'd never seen the show before.
No?
No, so I had them send me some tapes, and I actually thought that was to my advantage, kind of going in there fresh.
You like comedy?
Yeah, actually, I do. It was funny. Before that, my friend Seth Green, who I did Potty Monster with, we were doing promotion somewhere. He was saying, "You're a funny guy. You should do comedies." And I go, you know, half of what I've done is comedies, you know? It's one of these things where it's like, oh, well, I guess other people are forgetting. So I thought, let's go out there and do something, you know, funny.
We go to calls from Macaulay Culkin. The new film is Saved. It opens Friday. Norristown, Pennsylvania. Hello.
Hi, Macaulay.
Hello.
How often do people ask you to slap your hands on your face and scream Howard Stern?
Actually, it happens all the time.
It's a regular daily
It's one of those things, but you know, it's one of these things where it's kind of sad. You know, I feel like I'd be disappointing people because I've gotten older. You know, and it's like they'll be like, "Oh, you know, he's old and it's pathetic now," and so you know, I almost don't want to let people down, so I don't really do it.
Toronto, hello.
Hi, just want to tell you one of your best roles was Uncle Buck. And what was it like working with John Candy? What memories do you have?
Well, he was...
Good question.
Yeah, he was funny. I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, it's weird because I was 8 years old at the time, so I kind of only have very kind of these loose memories. I remember it was John Hughes' birthday, and he got a clown.
The director.
Yeah, and so he got a clown on the set that day, and yeah, I was calling him Little Johnny Boy, and like put a little hat on him and everything like that. And then he got a stripper later on, but I wasn't there for that. And so yeah, he was just a fun, funny kind of
Did
joyful
you realize
guy.
when you saw it back at 8 how funny that scene was with the questions?
And it's so fun. I haven't seen some of these things in so long. So yeah, I mean it's funny stuff, you know. But I mean, who am I to say?
John had done over 8 though, did he not? John did not take care of himself.
No, and that was just the way it was.
Hemet, California. Hello.
Yes, I was wondering how you liked working with Marilyn Manson there in Party Monsters.
He was fantastic, actually. We always look forward to having him on the set because, you know, he only worked, I think, like the very first day and like the last week, basically. And he's a very, very intelligent person. And you have to be to do what he's done to pull this off, basically.
He's a little nuts, isn't he?
But that's that's a part of...
That's his shtick.
That's his thing. I mean, he's a bit crazy. I mean, you know, but at the same time, he's kind of... That's what he wants people to think. And he was a smart, funny guy. He had this very specific image of what he wanted the character, what kind of cigarettes he smoked, and he brought his own fake boobs to set and everything. Like, all the wardrobe was his, basically.
Cleveland, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? My question is, Macaulay, do you feel that you're the happiest that you've ever been in your life right now, at this point in your life?
I'd say so. Yeah. I mean, I have a pretty good life, you know. I'm doing some, you know, I'm doing some cool movies, and you know, I got my dog, and I got my apartment, and like all those things. I mean, I have a pretty good thing going.
A cute girlfriend too.
And I got a cute girlfriend too.
When was the unhappiest?
Gosh, that's the thing. I don't really remember a lot of my younger life being
Even the
unhappy.
squabble with your father?
It was kind of the way it was. And actually, you know, once he was gone, it was actually a good thing. I mean, despite all, like, the craziness and the media and how people just treated the situation, because it was a very private, personal, family problem that was kind of, you know, on the cover of the New York Post every day. But at the same time, we were just glad that he was gone. And so that was, you know, we were actually happy, you know, even throughout that whole stuff.
So you don't even
was
view that
confusing.
as a great troubling period?
No, not really, you know. I kind of just, I tried to keep my head on straight, and that's all.
To St. Joseph, Missouri. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I was just wondering how you were able to get over your bout with agoraphobia, because I have something similar to that as well.
It's just one of these things. I didn't even realize I wasn't leaving the house a lot. I just kind of, you know, there was always photographers in the bushes and things like that, and there was a lot of things out there that were trying to consume me, so I almost never left the house. And it's just one of these things where, you know, one of the reasons why I got the dog is to get me out of the house 3 times a day, at least just to walk around and walk.
But if you're true agoraphobic... you can't go out.
Well, you can't really go out. I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't even like I was more of just it was more of a self-diagnosed agoraphobic. I wasn't like I went to a therapist and he said it. It just I realized I started going outside and it felt like the buildings were going to eat me. So I kind of
That's what happens, right?
That's kind of what happens. And so it's
Is
just
it
one of
true
these,
that you make plans to go out and then always change them?
sometimes things like that, yeah. And I but I just kind of started dragging myself out of the house a little bit more and more. Like I said, the dog helps and things like that. But it just kind of.
You did it yourself.
It was just a matter of realizing where was this coming from and kind of just figuring it all out for myself and why am I this way? Why did I feel the need to do these things to myself? And
you almost wrote to J.D. Salinger.
we were joking
famous
about
writer
that.
who's a recluse.
Yeah, and so I was thinking, when I was especially at that place where I wasn't leaving the house at all, I was like, yeah, wouldn't that be funny if I wrote him a letter? Like, you don't leave the house, I don't leave the house, let's
talk. Do you
talk.
understand recluses?
Do I understand? Yes,
Yeah.
I do, very much so.
You know what drives them to want to be?
Overall, I'm by nature, I think I'm the same way. I mean, overall.
Of course, you're in a charming interview. You're responsive.
Well, thank you. But at the same time, I prefer being at home. I prefer, this.
Rather be alone.
Alone.